I walked out of that trailer the first time on those cold streets in Philadelphia, and I knew this was like the moment of truth. And they said, "Sylvester, you ready?" I said, "No, but Rocky is."
I mean, you were broke, and you write Rocky, and the
Right.
studios like it. You finally get acceptance,
Right.
and they say, okay, look, we don't want, you say, I want to be the star of this movie.
Right.
And they go, look, man, you're nobody.
That's true. Things weren't going very, very well there. As a matter of fact, I had to go out and try to sell my dog because it was either do that or he just was not going to be very well fed around the house.
At that time, I must admit, my life was definitely on the wane, at least professionally. I was emotionally, spiritually, physically bankrupt.
Did people say to you, listen, Sylvester, you'll get your chance to act. Sell the movie, make some money.
Including my agents. They said, "Are you crazy? This is ridiculous money, $360,000 by standards back then." The temptation started to come forward. I had like $106 in the bank, and like I said, I had to sell my dog, and things were not looking very, very good. My $40 car had just blown up, so I was taking a bus to work. But still, it didn't matter. I wanted to stick with it. Then it went up to $150,000, $175,000, and it went up to $250,000. Now my head was starting to spin, and it went up to $330,000. And probably, I heard it went up to $360,000. And I thought, all right, no. I said, look, guys, I really mastered the method of living on nothing, of eating basically cobwebs, and it's okay. I know in my mind, if I sell it now and it becomes good,
You'll kill yourself.
I will kill myself. I'm going to jump off a building if I'm not in it. There's no doubt about it. I'm going to leap in front of a train. I'm going to be very, very upset.
But I felt that, geez, if I was going to go down, at least into professional obscurity, I wanted to at least have the opportunity to say to myself, well, you tried. You put your best foot forward and you didn't make it.
So this is one of those things where you just roll the dice and you fly by the proverbial seat of your pants. Say, all right, I gotta try it. I gotta just do it. I may be totally wrong, and I'm gonna be taking a lot of people down with me, but I just believe in it.
So when did you get the call that finally, okay, we'll let you star in it? Did you have to go audition for them?
No, what it is they finally broke it down and said, we can do this film. If you're going to be in it, we have a 14-day thing where we can fire you anytime if you do anything wrong. And more importantly, we can reduce it down to $900,000 all in. And if you can do the thing in under 30 days, okay. If not, it's over. So
did you shoot the whole thing in
28 days.
28 days, the whole first Rocky?
The whole thing.
Unbelievable.
We didn't have really the money to shoot a normal union film at that time in Philadelphia, so we would travel in a van. I would jump out of the van, and it was somewhat experimental. And he'd film me running through shopping malls and up down the steps and flights, curved corridors along the river until finally my legs basically gave out, and I'm like writhing on the ground, and I want to rise up and say, "John, I'm dying here." And he goes, no, use it. Use the pain. I said, for what? I mean, I'm in misery. He goes, well, no. It's giving your character, it's giving him some depth. One thing about John, he would use the environment. If he saw, like the scene where we just jumped down and saw this ship along the dock, this docked along the pier, and he said, just jump out, run as fast as you can along this ship. And I'm running and running. I said, you know what? My legs are buckling. I'm literally going to crash down here. Teeth are going to go, jaw, face. I'm just going to be ground down to this flat-faced image. Please. And I just barely made it. Because John he would have me run and jump park benches and down streets, and people are throwing things at me. Like when I had the orange thrown at me, and these people had no idea who I was. I was just some strange alien invader in a well-worn, tattered, baggy, incredibly ugly sweatsuit running through their neighborhood, and they're like throwing things at me. And we kind of like made it work, but actually I thought they were trying to hit me with the orange.
Did you not feel any doubts at all? I mean, was there never a moment when you thought, my God, am I doing the right thing?
Oh yeah. Up until that time, I was bluffing. Yeah, I can act. I'm a good actor. Just give me a chance. Of course I can do it. I can out-act anyway. Don't worry about it. Then they said, okay, do it. Call my bluff. Now, if I go out there and make a fool out of myself, I've wasted $1 million. I've destroyed my reputation. Any young artist that comes along and says that they'd like to make a movie, they're going to say, hey, don't you remember Stallone? You want to make a bomb? And my name would be synonymous with turkeys and bombs. They say, hey, why don't you go out and make a Stallone film?
we couldn't afford many people, so I tried to get as much help from friends, from my brother who plays a street corner singer, and my father who's a bell ringer. Like I said, my dog is in it. Even my wife, my first wife, was the set photographer, but I think she shot a total of maybe 100 pictures because the budget was really, really tight. And actually, it was probably the best set photographer I've had in a long time because all those pictures are great. Rocky, I had no idea was ever going to have this sort of response. I just thought it was some nice footage because by the time the movie had done, it was probably about $950,000. It was very, very inexpensive. Many times we had just one take, and that was it. So when the screenings around Hollywood at the time were getting this unusual response, that people were actually reacting to the fight as though the fight were happening. And I thought, wow, they're really invested in these characters. And I was starting to get, phone calls from very, very celebrated people around town. I said, wow, this could be it. This actually is going to work. Now, you understand, because I really had no true confidence in it because I had no film history, no real film knowledge. I was just working from, I guess, instinct, and I was not a filmmaker, and really not as a writer, nothing had ever been produced before, so I didn't know if my writing really worked. Then finally, it was being shown at the Directors Guild, and this was going to be the test. And there was about 900 people invited, and it was a packed crowd, and the movie was playing terribly. My mother was sitting next to me, and the laughs weren't coming where they were supposed to, and the fight itself seemed to be listless, the response was, and I sat there as everyone filed out of the theater, and I couldn't believe it. I said, Mom, I really blew it. It was all like, I don't know, it was nice while it lasted, but I guess when you get down and you show it to the big boys, they're just not buying it. Anyway, I sat there and literally there was no one left in the theater because I was humiliated and saddened by the whole thing. And even, I walked her out, and I was walking down the steps, and there's 3 flights down, first flight, second flight, and then by the time I turned for the 3rd flight, the entire audience was down there. There was 900 people waiting, and they started to applaud, and I mean truly applaud. And I said, how could you doubt me, Mom? I'm shocked. And it's like, I just completely came apart. And so there'll never be a moment like that ever. I mean, I truly was over. I said, this is it. I'm just gonna, go back home, take my dog, and go back into, trying to eke out a living. And they were all there. And they responded in a way. It's like, I don't know if that's the way they did things in Hollywood, but they saved it up, and I'll never get over that moment. I just looked at all these people, and they were applauding.
And the winner is Rocky, Irwin Winkler and Robert Chardoff, producers.
And to all the Rockies in the world, I love you.
So it was tremendous fear. And when that fear subsided was at the last second, as I was going out of the trailer. We ride around these trailers to the set. And it was freezing. It was about 4:30 in the morning. The winds were blowing down the street, very dramatic. And wind was blowing and mist and all that. And as I'm stepping out of the trailer, I passed this mirror. And I said, all right, now you're going to do it? Or are you going to sit here and become a bum for the rest of your life? Are you into the character? Are you the character? And someone outside said, all right, Sylvester, let's go. I said, no, you got the name wrong. It's Rocky.